Hi guys, today I'm going to be tasting what I call a Sorta Belgian strong ale. It's sorta in two fashions. It's sorta strong and it's sorta Belgian. Really the only thing Belgian in it is the Belgian yeast, but really that's the most major ingredient that I think you can add. It's not really an ingredient, but I think it's one of the things that most affects the flavor profile of a beer, and especially when it comes to a beer like this Belgium style, Trappist style ales, or like the German Weiss beers. They have a very clovish flavor, and so this one, when I poured it from the tap, it came out with a pretty nice head, half an inch, creamy looking head. I probably should have drank it while it had that head. So the color is pretty good. It's quite clear. I did clear this beer with gelatin, so it's probably one of the clearest beers I've ever made. And hopefully it's one of the clearest tasting beers that I've ever made. But let's give it a shot. Wow. It's really delicious and complex. It's it's got the cloves. The cloves come out at the end. That kind of Weiss beer-ish cloviness. I don't have the proper lingo on that, I'm sure, but it's this spice note, clovey flavor and smell. It's not as pronounced as you would find in a Weiss beer. It's pretty subdued, which I'm pleasantly surprised by. Because when I was transferring it to the secondary, it actually no, I didn't put it in secondary. When I had to make room in the 6-gallon carboy to add in some more yeast because I had underpitched it, and my my starting gravity was like 1068, and the final gravity, my initial measurement was like 1019. So I didn't want a sweet beer, and the yeast I used is called it's this, what is it, White Labs Strong Belgian Ale yeast. So the attenuation should have been quite high. It's supposed to be 85, maybe even up to 90%. So I was expecting it to go down to at least 1014, 1015, and which it did in the end. Ended up around 1013. So, okay. It's very unique, this style of beer. I'm used to pale ales and whatnot. The flavor is strong, but delicious at the same time. It's not, in the case of pale ales, it's not the hops that is giving it this strong flavor. It's the yeast profile, the yeast giving it this taste profile that is very complex, and also the grains were pretty diverse for this. Some chocolate, some British chocolate malt, and quite a bit of Munich malt, and the base grain of about 10 or 11 pounds of two-row. Smell is overwhelmingly. The overwhelming note you get is the is the clover smell. The taste you get is hitting the back of the tongue and then up through the middle of the tongue. It's giving this sweet flavor, but not really sweet, and then this maltiness that just flows out to the rest of the tongue, and it just balances it very nicely. Balances the cloves out. And then it's got a nice hop bitterness at the end, just enough. It's not overwhelming. It's just a very well balanced beer, and delicious. I mean, I wouldn't call this a session beer. I usually, I would like to have maybe one more of these and then switch it over to something else. But then I'll be going back to this. It's a really delicious beer. And look at that lacing. Lovely. So, I recommend trying Belgian Trappist-style ales and using this White Labs strong ale yeast. It really did a good job making a nice, decent alcohol level beer. You don't really taste the alcohol, and it's just a well balanced flavor. So, totally recommend it. This is going to be on the. This is going to be on my what do you call it? Revolving beer door. So cheers, and I recommend making a Belgian style beer soon. Good winter beer.